Like it or not, there is such thing as the wrong type of exclusive. But I am happy to preface this video by saying, if you have a platform that has any sort of exclusive game, offer, or service, that's a good thing. Take full advantage of it, I don't blame you. I'm not trying to initiate or even suggest a boycott, I'm just sharing an opinion I have about something. It's as simple as that. So what do I mean when I say the wrong types of exclusives? Well, I don't think exclusivity is a bad thing, but I think there's a poor way of implementing it that is less kind to the consumer and just plain unnecessary a lot of the time. I personally am a happy Xbox One and Xbox One X owner, a 3DS owner, a gaming PC owner, and I'm going to be purchasing a Switch this winter. I am by no means a fanboy, but I do have my preferences. But let's start off talking about bad exclusivity with Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is a great example of terrible exclusivity over the last how many years, I don't know, I can't keep track, it's around 8 I believe, because I believe it initiated with Black Ops 1 and is now all the way into Black Ops 4. The reason I consider this to be the wrong type of exclusivity is because, first of all, the betas are now exclusive, and I think this is just ridiculous. Beta testing and alpha testing should be a tool that helps developers make the game smoother for the launch date, ironing out various issues on each individual platform, and also stress testing to see what your servers can and can't handle, and then they can tweak that. I'm not a developer, so I don't have any of the technical terms for that. The one thing I do know is that beta testing is important for the launch of a game to go smoothly, especially when it comes to multiplayer shooters, which are very, very technically complicated. They're very complicated, they're very messy, and they have a lot of points of failure. One thing goes wrong, the whole game feels off, and so a lot of testing needs to happen. Betas should not be promotional tools to sell consoles, Activision and Sony. PlayStation, PC, and Xbox should all get betas at the same time, for two reasons. One, you should be able to stress test the game on all platforms throughout a longer duration than just 3 days. And you need to give every platform an equal opportunity to test out your game before it comes out. One platform getting 6 days and another platform getting 3 or 4 is wrong. Xbox and PC players are still spending $60 or full price for the launch of this game. They deserve to have the same amount of days to test it out before launch like everyone else does. The fact that Call of Duty makes every platform pre-order for access to the beta, but only one platform gets the beta for longer is ridiculous. I have to put in the same amount of money a PC player or a PlayStation player has to put in, but I get it for less days, and my platform just gets less testing. So hopefully there's no, console-specific frame rate issues, graphical issues, technical bugs, or compatibility problems, because you'll have less time to find them because you're spending less time testing on my platform. And now away from beta testing and alpha testing, let's talk about DLC. I think DLC exclusivity is for the most part okay, but at the same time, it's so unnecessary. Like, it doesn't really impact me because after the first month, then it's just the same amount of time in between each DLC, so I don't get too upset about it. But I feel out of sync with the rest of the community, and I'm just wondering why. I would understand 10 days early access, maybe 20, but a full month of early access to a DLC just seems wrong. And if I had to take a completely uneducated guess, I imagine they sell a lot less season passes on Xbox and PC because of this. If I have to buy a season pass, or individual DLCs, plus your game that has microtransactions, plus a game I had to pre-order to play the beta of, you're really gonna make me wait a month because I'm not playing on the PlayStation. You're charging me the same amount, I'm paying the same amount, but I'm getting it slower. That doesn't make any sense. You can't make DLCs cheaper on Xbox because that'd be its own version of exclusivity, and we wouldn't want people getting what they should be paying for, would we? But I honestly think that the Season Pass should give you a month's early access to DLCs, and that would encourage people to buy the Season Pass more often, because just having to have a PlayStation, I don't think is the proper criteria for getting entire DLC packs 30 days early. Luckily for me, I don't care about Battlefield or Call of Duty's DLC packs as much as I used to when I was younger. When it comes to paid DLC, it just comes out, you play it for a couple weeks, it splits up the player base, you never play it again, you uninstall it later when the game is dead so you can find a match. It's kind of a waste of cash, and I have to really like a game to want to invest more money than I already am. The next poor example of exclusivity that I've always thought was just strange was timed exclusivity. I don't get it. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's similar to the DLC exclusivity I just talked about. Like, you can get the new Tomb Raider earlier on Xbox. I always thought that was weird. It's like, this game is going to come out on PlayStation and PC, but you want it to be a temporary Xbox exclusive? Why? Either just make it an exclusive or don't. Don't just like, oh, you get to play it early. It's like, no, I don't own two platforms. This isn't me playing it early, it's just me playing it before a platform I don't even get to associate with. So it doesn't really hold any water. And that's a good point to make about the DLCs for Call of Duty as well. I'm not really beating anybody I know to the punch on this DLC. I'm just getting it before a platform I don't even play with gets it. Who cares? It would just be annoying if a game was going to release on Xbox before PlayStation and then a PlayStation owner is just sitting there going, okay, I guess I'll wait 5 months and then buy your game, I guess? It really also irks me when a PlayStation game has a quote-unquote exclusive that's also on PC that then takes a year to come to Xbox. It's like, what was the point of that? It's a delayed multi-platform? You had it on 2 out of 3 platforms? I don't get that. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and not every piece of exclusivity is to make a certain console owner feel like their dick grew 10 inches overnight. Some exclusivity I'm sure has a fiscal reason or a technical reason, and that's fine. It's just weird when a game comes out as like only on PlayStation or only on Xbox, and then like a couple months later it's like, yeah, get it anywhere you want, whatever, fuck you. It's like, I don't really feel like you gave me an exclusive item. And that brings me to my next point, and this is an interesting one because this is good exclusivity versus bad exclusivity. Let me give you some examples of good exclusivity. Super Smash Bros., Legend of Zelda, Mario, Infamous, Kingdom Hearts, Killzone, Halo, Gears of War, Forza. Yep, those are good exclusive titles. The reason being that these are good in my opinion is that they were created from scratch to be exclusive to a certain platform. They aren't things that used to be exclusive and are now multiplats, or used to be multiplats and are now exclusives. Games like Forza or Halo or Gears of War, Infamous, Kingdom Hearts, they were created from the ground up for a specific platform. There might be some stragglers. There were Halo games on PC, there were Kingdom Hearts games on 3DS. But when I think Kingdom Hearts, one of my favorite franchises, I think either PlayStation or the emulator on my computer. When I think about Xbox, I think about Halo. When I think about Nintendo, I think about Mario and Link and all of those characters. What wouldn't make sense to me would be to take some sort of large pop culture icon and make them exclusive to one platform. Like, I don't know, a Ninja Turtles game that only comes out on Xbox, a Transformers game that's only on the Nintendo Switch, a Star Wars game that's only on PlayStation, a Tomb Raider game that's only playable on an Xbox. Could you imagine if the next Batman Arkham game just came out only on PlayStation? Or could you imagine if Injustice 3 came out only on Xbox? There are some cases where certain things were arcade titles, or they were on a very, very old console and then they got revised as an exclusive on a new platform. I think that's a gray area, I don't really mind that too much, but when things like switch within a matter of years, it's a little bit jarring. I was reading today that because PlayStation has that new Spider-Man game, Xbox needs its own Marvel character, and they said it should be Iron Man, an exclusive to Xbox Iron Man game at the same level of quality of the new Spider-Man game. Big, beautiful, open world, a nice story and all of that. As much as I would love the idea, because like I said earlier, I don't blame anybody for taking advantage of the exclusives on their platform, hell no, and I would definitely snag an Iron Man game for Xbox. But I fundamentally disagree with the statement that Microsoft now needs to get an exclusive Marvel game. No, because I believe that's the wrong type of exclusive. You're taking something that's been around since, the 50s? The 60s? You're taking characters that have been American icons for years and years and years and years and years. Have games all over the place, have movies and TV shows about them. Everybody knows who Spider-Man is, everyone knows who Iron Man is, what Transformers are and Ninja Turtles. Turning those types of games into exclusives would leave some gamers out of franchises that everybody loves. Spider-Man is not a PlayStation thing, Iron Man is not an Xbox thing, Transformers isn't a Nintendo thing, Ninja Turtles aren't a PC thing, I don't know. You don't take long-lasting beloved franchises and turn them into exclusives in order to sell consoles. Is it a good business strategy? Maybe, but I think Spider-Man would be one of the top-selling games of this year if everyone could play it. It'd be something everyone was in on. And to the people that say, well, just own both platforms, I say to you, I do not have $800 to build an entire PlayStation 4 setup. The console itself isn't $800, but god, if I wanted some games, some control freaks, a decent headset, a SCUF controller because I've been spoiled by my Elite controller, to actually build up a PlayStation setup costs a lot of fucking money. Also, I'd have to pay for 2 subscription services. No thanks. The reason Nintendo has my vote when it comes to getting a secondary console, and it's the reason I bought a 2DS XL, is that it has portability. That's the reason the Switch can get away with releasing a crappy version of Doom, is because, yeah, it's a crappy version of Doom, but it's a crappy version of Doom you can play in the car, and that's kinda cool. I don't need another home console plug into my TV, thank you. So that, in my opinion, is the wrong type of exclusivity. I don't think people should be able to beta test games sooner because they own a certain platform and didn't have to pay any extra. I think timed DLC exclusivity is bad, and I left something out, sorry. Non-timed DLC for multi-plat titles. Oh my god. You can buy Destiny 2 on every platform, but only on one of the platforms will you have this content. Yeah, knock that shit off. I get that Sony wants to make their gaming console the best place to play. You get the most stuff, you get it sooner, and that's great. Microsoft's trying to do more of an open source thing, whereas Sony's trying to just gather up a lot of beloved game franchises and characters and make sure you can only enjoy them on their platform. And I don't like that business strategy, but I don't blame them for it, and I don't blame people for liking it. PlayStation is an excellent place to play, but in my opinion, I don't care about most of PlayStation's exclusive titles. The only things I'd really want to play on a PlayStation is the new Spider-Man game and that Kingdom Hearts collection, and that's about it. And Shadow of the Colossus I'd probably also pick up. And Knack 2, can't miss out on Knack 2. But you can't deny that console exclusive features are also really important, and so having an awesome backwards compatible library on my Xbox One X is amazing. They load fast, they run fast, and I get to relive old games without having to pay for any sort of service or rebuy them. I slip the disc in, and there they run. And between backwards compatibility and free games with gold, I have over 238 games on my Xbox One. But if I was gonna buy something for exclusive features and exclusive games, it would be a Nintendo Switch. My PC is great for Squad, Age of Empires, Red Orchestra. A Nintendo Switch would be great for games like Legend of Zelda, Mario, Super Smash Bros., and Mario Kart, exclusive games like that. And then my Xbox would be amazing for multi-platform games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Assassin's Creed, and on January 29th, Kingdom Hearts, and I guarantee you the Xbox One X version will be the best version out there, or I will fucking drink an entire bottle of vodka. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my talk about exclusivity. In summary, things that are created to be exclusive are great. Multi-platform things that should be multi-platform, that have weird exclusive offers, and pop culture icons being put on one console are all, in my opinion, big no-nos. So hopefully that all made sense, blah, blah, blah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.